Leslie Barker was a bright-eyed and cheery 28-year-old schoolteacher working for Hotchkiss Elementary School in Akron, Ohio. She loved her students and they loved Miss Barker. And for Leslie, teaching was in her blood. After graduating from Firestone High School, Leslie, wanting to follow in the footsteps of her father, Kenneth Barker, got her teaching degree from the University of Akron. In 1978, in her third year of teaching, she taught a small special education class of 17 students, kids who were needed to be shown a little more patience and extra attention, which she was perfect for. She would often take the kids on field trips and even stop by her house once so the kids could see where she lived with her parents and her brother. Leslie had no one special in her life, but not for lacking any effort. She went out with friends once a week, often frequenting Red's on Waterloo Road, a popular dance club in the disco era. In the spring of 1978, Red's was offering patrons another reason to come: Selectrocution, an early version of online dating that matched up bar patrons. As teachers filtered out of Hotchkiss on April 5th, Barker and another teacher invited Sandy Shaw, also a teacher at the elementary school who was divorced with two small children, to join them at Red's, but she declined the invitation. A bartender at Red's that night recalled seeing Barker and her friend sitting at the end of the long oval-shaped bar when they were not dancing. George Shapiro, the son of the bar's owner who knew Barker from high school, told a newspaper reporter back in 1978 that Barker and her friend stayed at the club for about 4 hours. He recalled them chatting with a couple of guys. Quote, "She was a real nice girl," Shapiro said about his former classmate. "She always seemed to be in a real good mood, and she seemed to never drink too much," unquote. On that night, he said he served Barker 2 screwdrivers, a mixed drink with vodka and orange juice. He last remembers seeing her around 1 a.m. A few hours later, a resident living on Mentor Road in West Akron called 911 after he and his wife were awakened by 3 very loud explosions. They looked outside and saw flames in the darkness. Firefighters and police arrived at the wooded area near Mentor Road, an access road that ran alongside railroad tracks, cloaked in trees and often used as the lover's lane, and found a burning 1977 orange Grand Prix. After firefighters put out the fire, they found a body in the back seat. The license plate led detectives to a home on Miami Trail. Dental records later confirmed it was Barker. Homicide investigators initially focused their sights on a man Barker met that night at Red's, that night before her murder. He was 30 years old, lived in North Canton, and worked for an airline at Akron Canton Airport. He told detectives that he met her through the dating computer game and made plans to go out with her that following weekend. He said that Barker offered to show him first how to get to her home, considering it was difficult to find and on the beaten path. Detectives learned from friends that it was not unusual for Barker to show friends and potential dates where she lived. The man offered to take a lie detector test and passed 2 of them. It was written in a report that a, quote, unusual accelerant was used to ignite the car fire, and the man, by chance working for an airliner, was possibly believed that airline fuel was used, but that would not be the case. Others were questioned, but a suspect, again, was never developed. Absolutely no DNA evidence exists. It is not even known if Leslie Barker was sexually assaulted, as the condition of the body was too badly damaged to determine if that occurred. Almost 45 years after her murder, Akron detectives can do absolutely nothing except wait. Wait till they receive a tip on the identity of Leslie Barker's killer. I am walking on the same train tracks where Leslie Barker's burning car was found almost 45 years ago. Now, if you see that picture that I have on the screen right now, the picture was taken right at about where I'm standing right now. And Leslie's car would have been right about where those railroad ties are, right here. And that house right there, it's blocked by the view of these trees, but that is the same house where this car was sitting at in that picture. And of course, that picture was taken in the winter time, so all of these leaves, of course, would have been gone. And right here, this is Mentor Road. So the police, their cars would have been lined right up and down this road, investigating this homicide right there. And I'm pretty sure that everybody in this neighborhood that was alive back then, I'm pretty sure they're all either no longer here, they've moved away. Maybe some of the kids in this neighborhood remembers this story, but her car would have been right at about here. If anybody has any information on the unsolved murder of Leslie Barker, please contact the Akron Police Department. Ask for the Detective Bureau. Their number is 330-375-2552. 330-375-2552. I'm Lamont at large. I will see you on the next video. Be good, y'all. Peace out.